We're into winter now over here in PA where I'm at, and it's actually a lot darker out than this camera makes it seem. That's how dark it really is outside. But when you get close to the window, it shows a lot lighter for some reason. Anyway, we are doing some nighttime cleaning tonight. I really enjoy nighttime cleaning, though I do know some people that don't. I enjoy nighttime cleaning because it's a stress reliever. It's quiet. I know once I clean something, it's going to stay clean. Everything is prepared for the next day when everybody wakes up. But I know some people don't like it because you can get a little out of hand with it pretty easily and stay up later than what you really wanted to stay up to begin with. I do understand that once you get started with something, a lot of times people like to finish what they start. So I totally get it. I have learned that practice makes progress with nighttime cleaning. You learn exactly what needs to be done and you're able to streamline it the more that you do it. You're not talking about cleaning everything. You're not talking about deep cleaning. You're just talking about getting your house ready for the next day so that when you wake up the next day, it's a lot easier to go about your day and start your day. I have found that for my teens, it's a lot easier for them to get ready for school when the house is clean and everything is prepared for the next day. So these are the things that I hit on my nighttime clean so that our next day runs a lot easier. The first is dishes. I could do dishes all day long, and I do, but at the end of the night, there is always a load of dishes that still needs to be done. And you might notice my dishwasher might look different than your dishwasher. I have a block in my head where it has to be a certain way. The water has to hit it and the soap has to hit it a certain amount, or I feel like the dishes aren't clean. So try not to judge me too hard. I know that my dishwasher loading skills is very different than a lot of other people. So our dishes are in though, and that's a good thing. I'm washing the rest by hand. I know that these are dishwasher safe, but I feel like my dishwasher ruins these. So I wash these by hand as often as possible so that they last as long as possible. One thing I didn't realize until I became a professional cleaner is how small my kitchen sink is. I love my kitchen sink. It is under the counter mounted and it is a custom sink. It was built when the house was built back in the 90s. So we really cannot change it. It has actually fallen in on us once and I have fixed it. But I never realized how small my sink was until I cleaned other sinks. I do love my sink, but it can be a pain sometimes cleaning these big pans because I do tend to wet the counters and wet the floors as I'm cleaning sometimes. But making sure that everybody has clean dishes for the next day is like my top priority when I do nighttime cleaning. And I do like to put on my Alexa. I have Alexa Show, I believe that's what it's called. And I do like to put TV shows on there while I'm cleaning. It just really helps. Or music, but since it's nighttime, I tend to go with TV shows. And right now you will see I'm watching Reba for probably the 20th time. I don't know why I like Reba so much, but I do. Let me know down in the comments if you have a show that you just watch over and over again. I heard that it's like a comfort thing to watch the same shows over and over again. You know what to expect. You know there's going to be no surprises, and so it can be very relaxing. So Reba has been that show for me recently, and I do enjoy it. I do have a lot of dish soaps up there. 2 of those are hand soap. The other ones are dish soap. I didn't realize I bought dish soap and then I bought dish soap again, but it's okay because they will all get used. Yeah, see, I'm watching Reba again. But that little Echo Show 8, I think it's called, I'm not 100% sure, has really helped me out nighttime cleaning because I could just put it on. And honestly, I can bring it room to room, though I don't. I could put it on and it's there. I do love that thing. And I finally ran out of this spray cleaner. I didn't know when I was ever going to run out of this spray cleaner. I feel like they last a long time, but I finally ran out of it. I'm wiping my counters down, making sure that they're ready to go. We actually made a large batch of cookies the following day, so it was really nice to have all this stuff ready to go. It was like an assembly line making cookies. I don't even know how many types of cookies we made, but we made a lot. We do like to hand out like a small treat with our holiday gifts, or maybe our small treat is a holiday gift that year. But yeah, we still like to make holiday treats for people. The fridge is something that always needs to be wiped down. I feel like if not nightly, multiple times a day. If you're washing your hands before you eat, I don't know why a refrigerator gets so dirty, but they tend to just accumulate dirt so much. You can't even see it on this refrigerator, but there was so many fingerprints and handprints, and I don't know how that happens. But I stopped questioning it and just started cleaning it, and that's sometimes you gotta not question things. I like how our Christmas lights are shining off of that refrigerator. I did take the time out this year to hang Christmas lights around my whole living room. You could kind of see them in the top right corner. So I used command hooks and I just strung them around our whole living room and dining room, I guess. We have an open concept house, so it's our dining room and living room, and it lights up the space so much. I absolutely love it. So for my fridge, I just use stainless steel cleaner. I showed it in a different video, and then I do use disinfectant for the handles and where the water comes out right there. You'll see in a second. You know what it is, the water dispenser. I do use disinfectant there too. Recently, I have found that somehow my freezer compartment down below has a huge dent in it, and I don't remember that being there just days previously. And so I got to figure out how to get that dent out of my refrigerator because it's now going to bother me now that I know it's there. But our refrigerator is clean and ready to go. Like I was saying earlier, it's all about streamlining the process, right? Learning what needs to be cleaned the night before so that the next upcoming day goes a lot smoother. For everybody, that can look different. We were making gingerbread houses. Some of them fell terribly. Some of them are still standing. One person actually made a tree house. A little bit of a show off, if you ask me, but it's okay. It actually looks great. We did try like a chocolate gingerbread house this year where it was straight up chocolate. That probably did the least best. There goes the treehouse gingerbread house. That one's still standing actually. I still have that on display in my house. Now I'm just rolling up the tablecloth. That had to be shaken outside and then washed. But anyway, I did hear a saying, and I think that this is a great saying. It said, nighttime prep equals morning time success. Prep the night before so that your next day is a lot easier, and I think that could go for a few different things. For me, I'm using it for cleaning, but I even think meal prep. Maybe it could work for that. I tried meal prepping before. I'm not really great at it. I think I maybe did it for like a week before I fell off the bandwagon and just stopped doing it. But I do love that saying and making sure that when you go to sleep that night, that things are good for the next morning. It makes your day a lot easier, right? And I do wish I would have kept that Mr. Clean bottle. I know you could buy just the bottles. I did keep the top. I know you could buy just the bottles, but I end up buying like a refill bottle of Mr. Clean. I don't always buy Mr. Clean. I do vary up my cleaners, but I did buy a refill bottle, and I could have just refilled that bottle and just kept using it, but I didn't think about it at the time. Now I'm just cleaning up all the odds and ends that kind of get left behind, cords and dog toys and all, putting in that load of clothes I keep forgetting about, and then hopefully next morning I'll remember to switch it over. Closing that up. I do love having my clothes washer and dryer on the second floor of my house. I had it in the basement before. I do love having it on the second floor. Now I'm making my bed, which I know some people do in the morning. I tend to do it at night, right before I go to bed. As long as it gets done, right? As long as it gets done, it makes everything feel a lot better. No one really goes in my bedroom to see if my bed's made or not anyway, so I'm not worried about doing it first thing in the morning. Either way, it's done before bed, and then I sprayed it down with this lavender bed sheet mist stuff that I get from a local lavender farm around here. I love lavender. I love my smells, period. I'm big on smells, and so when something smells in my house, it like gets clean automatically because it'll bother me. And I have a cat and a dog. We also have a hamster, an axolotl, and a betta fish. So smells are huge to me. Everything has to smell good. Making a couch, you can see those lights now. I just have them hanging through the living room and dining room. It did take a lot of work to do it, but I definitely think it's worth it. Putting our dog's blanket back out because that's really who uses that blanket. Our dog is a pretty old dog, and he has multiple dog beds in our house, but he really does love that ottoman, and he definitely loves his blankets. Other ways that cleaning at night can help someone is that it can be a stress reliever. It can help you sleep better. It can improve your focus because you don't have so many distractions, maybe, hopefully. Hopefully everybody's asleep or in bed and calming down for the night. It can have a calming effect. It can release some endorphins. It can give you a sense of accomplishment and control because you know what you did when you fall asleep. You know that you accomplished everything that you want. You also know what you're going to wake up to the next day, hopefully. Hopefully nobody messes up your house before you wake up, right? It can also help with your self-confidence because it could give you a feeling of, I did that. It was hard, it might have been tough, but I got that done. And I'm telling you, as you do it more and more, you will realize what you need to do in your own house and it will become a lot easier. It does. I find this calendar funny. I got it for cheap at Target. It was like their bullseye spot. But the 0 and the 4 are on the same piece. So you can't put 4 days till Christmas because they're on the exact same piece. So I just left it a 5 at this point. Now it's like 2. We are so close to Christmas. Yeah, I'm prepared, but we're so close to Christmas now. But something I will never do nighttime cleaning wise, by the way, there goes our cat. We've had our cat for like 9 or 10 years now, ever since she was a baby. We also had her brother, but he's no longer with us. Um, and I just developed an allergy to this cat, like a severe allergy. I didn't know you could develop an allergy to something that you've had for so long. But I'm definitely allergic to cats now, even though she gets groomed and all. Very allergic to her. Anyway, one thing I will never do in my nighttime cleaning is vacuuming. Sometimes I'll try to vacuum in the day at some point so I can mop at night, but you will never catch me vacuuming. I try to keep the noise down as low as possible. I try to keep the lights down as low as possible. I even try not to use too many chemicals so that the whole house isn't filled with a chemical smell at night. I try to stick to 1 or 2 cleaners that are not that strong. And before you ask, my washer is pretty quiet, so I don't mind running that at night.